I'm the founder of Just For You. I'd like to thank you all for inviting us here today and to let you know that what you are going to hear are real stories from real people.
You know, like, just see it as all a success. You've got to fail too, but it's not a failure, it's just an opportunity to continue growing that area.
In my heart.
It's never been easier to go to sort of get in contact with someone that you admire or you look up to. Or I sort of emailed them and said, this is what I'm doing. And it was amazing how receptive people were towards what I was doing. You've got something to show, and if you're honest and serious about sort of, you know, saying, this is why I want to get in touch and this is what I'm doing, and people out there, they're really, you know, they're really willing to listen.
Put your hands up if there are lots of different things that you'd like to look into as far as your career goes. Just keep your hands up high.
I think if you show a little bit of initiative in trying to, you might think you want to do something, but once you actually step foot in there, you might change your mind. Show some initiative and just go out and try and get some experience doing that. As hard as it may seem, you might think it's impossible, it's actually not. The communication lines are pretty wide open these days with the internet to get in touch with people, as we mentioned before. So, you know, get in contact with some people that you're interested in working with, and just to get some experience, or even to just sit down and have a chat with them. And, you know, it might not be for you. It's not a mistake or a setback, that's just a fork in the road for you. That's just a point that you get to and you go, well, you know what, that's what I thought I was going to do, but now I'm not going to do that. Doors will open if you show some initiative. I think you'll get a really good response from people if you actually put yourself out there.
You know, we're going through tough times now, as young men, as boys becoming men, but see it all as a long journey. Don't get too fixated right now on all the hardship you got. Like, if I look back now, I was just so dirty on myself with this, and life was tough, and parents broke up, and mates were coming and going, and I was just all over the place. But looking back now, it's actually created and developed what I do today. So it's actually been a blessing in disguise.
Set a goal that you're passionate about to start with. Understand the why as well. The why is such an important question. So why are you doing what you're doing? I mean, why do you want $1 million? A lot of people tend to say, I want $1 million in the bank. You know, why? Is it because you want, you know, choices? Is it because you want to help someone? Or once you set the goal, enjoy the experience with it. So don't just have a goal mentality where it's, you know, you reach a goal and you sort of drop back down. Enjoy the experience, but also get a growth mentality as well. So, you know, you've got to go for growth. So you set a goal and you reach that goal, and then all of a sudden you might have your down periods, but you want to keep growing. So you want your graph to look like this, as opposed to this.
Reflect on the question is, she didn't bridge that gap. She was this far off, and so she was a second out in terms of her mental focus. You guys, that gap could be, you want to get a certain amount of points to get into a career, then bridge it now, because it only takes that little bit of extra work. So in terms of dealing with not getting there, then it's just the way you've created it for yourself.
About leaders is there is a lack of leadership and that sort of stuff, because people are afraid of being great, because being great at something and being the best at something comes great responsibility. Yeah. It means there's always someone that's going to try and knock you off as well.
Don't be a sheep in life. They're everywhere. You've got to become your own individual, and by that is just believing in who you think you are and who you become, and just stick to your guns. You know, you'll get knocked and take it, but just stick to your guns and mould who you really want to be. Don't become one of the sheep in life.